Hey, kids, it's America's favorite granddaddy. Even though I'm 92 years old, I still love to read a good children's book. So sit back, relax, and listen to one of my favorite stories about a pig who bosses up and works her way out of the mud. Honcho Hates Mud is written by my granddaughter, Carmen Rubin. Oh, I almost forgot. There are some peppermints hidden in the story. See if you can find them. When you do, remember to show some love. Are you ready? Let's go.
Honcho Hates Mud by Carmen Rubin. Illustrated by Jude Nelson and Simon Stewart. Honcho lives in the West, where the sun burns hot and the redwood trees are very tall. If you follow the winding roads, they may lead you up and down the rolling hills to an old farm where a few shabby animals and their farmer live. The farmer is nice to all his animals, but everyone knows who he loves the most, a spunky little pig named Honcho. Honcho loves the farmer and everyone else too, but there is one thing that she hates: mud. She lives in the dirtiest place on the farm. The sty is a muddy mess of bugs, worms, and rotten old food. Whenever the mud touches Honcho's skin, she wriggles and scratches and pinches her snout. "I hate mud," she yells. The goop doesn't bother most of her friends, though. When the sun is hot, the mud cools them off. They splash and roll in it, throw slop, and make mud pies. "Do you want to play?" they ask. "No, the mud is not for me," she tells them. "I hate mud, and one day I'm going to get out of it." "But you're a pig," they say. "All pigs love mud." "Oh, no, no, no. Not Honcho," the farmer reminds them. "Haven't you seen the art she creates after spending time with the daisies? Daydreaming under the trees, reading books, and munching on bushes of berries." "We think Honcho is a bit crazy," they say, leaping into the pool of yuck. "Whatever you call me is fine with me," Honcho replies. "My mind will not change. I hate mud." Every day, Honcho walks around the farm picking leaves to make sweet tea. She thinks to herself, "This barn needs cleaning and that door needs fixing." "Good morning, Mr. Owl. How are you today?" she asks as she passes him each morning. "With the cows, she moos, and with the ducks, she quacks." "She's a weird little one," they say to each other. For fun, the other pigs sit in mud, whirling through the air to see how fast they can send her running. They laugh because everyone knows Honcho hates mud. Late one night, as she was tossing and turning, Honcho dreamed of sitting in a building that almost touched the sky. She was dripping with pearls, traveling in the world, and leaping from mountains into oceans. A glob of mud tapped her. "You're never going to get out of here, so I think it's time you start liking me." "What is there to like?" she asked. "You're a pig. You should do what pigs do and be like pigs are. There are many games for you to play with me," the mud explained. Honcho thought about it and thought about it and thought about it. "Well, that's fine for other pigs, but not me. I hate mud." And as Honcho grew, she woke up in the mud and went to bed in the mud. The mud laughed at her, poked at her, and chased her. It was always nearby. Do you think that you are better than all of us? Some animals would ask. Nope, she'd say. You told us of the fancy things that you wear in your dreams. How will you get them? The sheep would mock. Nothing comes easy, was Honcho's reply. The moon was glowing bright one evening, and the mud crept over to Honcho as she slept. So are you ready to be friends? Honcho rolled over and yelled with the pout, Just go away. I hate mud. When the sun touched her skin the morning after, Honcho picked up her buckets and took the day on. She started mopping and scrubbing, planting seeds and watering gardens. Soon everyone heard about the tasty sweet tea the little pig would make. It was the talk of the town. Oh, what a farm she was creating. The grass was like a field of emeralds. The corn's ears grew bigger. The fruit trickled with sugar, and horses trotted proudly around the farm as they wore the dazzling shoes Honcho had shined. This made the farmer proud. The mud saw what was happening and stayed close by. It kept talking to her and still chased her around. But Honcho stayed busy. Nothing was going to stop her. One day the other animals watched her carefully. They gathered together near the barn. Have you tasted the hay? Asked one of the horses. It's amazing. My kids got loose and Honcho rounded them up, said a goat. A rooster told them about a syrup she had made for its itchy throat. I'm all back to crowing, he told them. Every animal knew what Honcho had done for them. Clickety, clickety, clank, clank. The pails went tumbling and the water spilled everywhere. You look like you need help, said one of the donkeys. Yeah, said the ducks and pigs. Let us work with you. She gave them all a job to do. Pull here, pluck there. Take the food to the market, Honcho would say. Here are more eggs, the chicken said. How do you like our sweet milk? The cows asked. They all loved what was happening to the farm, and suddenly Honcho didn't seem so weird after all. They listened to her, and she listened to them too. And the mud, it stayed rotten and sloppy and never worked for Honcho. One day, when the mud crept up on her once more, she pointed to where it belonged. A bigger pool of muddy mess, home to all the pigs who enjoy it. Honcho still lives in the West, where the sun burns hot and the redwood trees are very tall. If you follow the winding roads, they may lead you up and down the rolling hills to a farm where a spunky little pig wears pearls. The end. Now that the story is over, let's do something fun. Let's go throughout the pages to find the hidden peppermints. Peppermints are my symbol to remind kids to show love. It's inspired by Granddaddy's Peppermint Candy Club. Are you ready? Let's go find peppermints.